obviously it's not easy, kind of knowing that this is kind of it. What do you sort of take from one final game of the year here?
Yeah, obviously a little, not a great feeling in the morning, obviously waking up knowing it's the last day, but thought morning skate was good. We definitely brought some joy to just try to finish this out the right way, and that's all we can control now is to we've been playing 2 pretty good games going into this, and now to finish this off the right way is just all we kind of focus on and do all we can to just end that with a good feeling.
Just how important is that to just sort of, it's not been an easy year for anyone, that's for sure, but just, feeling that sense of joy when you're out there knowing, it's going to be a long while, right?
Yeah, no, it really is. I mean, it's not really any other focus to do. We're still trying to work on things, and we still try to work on a good habit and a culture and all that stuff, and that has to do with even play when sometimes maybe the score doesn't really matter as much, just to play for the group and play for the logo to just kind of end this the right way, and that's all where our focus is right now.
Thanks, Bratt. I know you're someone who never takes a day in this league for granted, but it has to be, tough to have a day like this and knowing that the season's over, but you want to have fun and you want to put your best foot forward.
That's just the reality that we're unfortunately in is the last couple of games, as much as you want to say they're meaningless and they're not counting towards us getting to the goal of being in playoffs where we want to be. You still got to recognize it's the best league in the world. You got to be grateful and also earn every day, every game, every practice that you're able to be up here. So we've kind of played a little bit of spoiler in a few. They know that the Detroit one, they have a lot more to play for than we did, but I thought to be able to get that win is a big building block, and you're trying to set the tone for next season and set the tone just even for the summertime, where we should all have a sour taste in our mouth and be pissed off, frustrated, but you also want to enjoy the guys you're around, because I'm sure they'll be different guys next year.
I know you're someone who hasn't missed a ton of playoffs in your career, so what is a day like this for you mentally, right? Knowing that there is finality for sure.
I've been very fortunate, very lucky to be a part of some great teams and organizations where playoffs has just been, that's the standard and that's almost expected, and I think that's the goal for us here, and we want it to be like that. I'll be honest, the last, whatever it's been now, 10 days to 2 weeks of being eliminated, it's like you almost don't know what to do. The weather's starting to get nice. This is right when playoff time, you're getting ramped up and excited for that stuff. So it's a tough feeling, but that's got to be what fuels you through the summer, and your training and your work ethic and all that stuff. That you just don't want to be one of those teams on the outside looking in, and it's hard to make playoffs in this league. It really is, but when you look around the locker room and you see the makeup that we have, it's crazy that we're in this spot.
Bratt was just saying, for us this morning, it was just about going out and having fun all together at morning skate. Did you feel that, sense that, and how important are those types of moments in what you guys are facing right now?
Well, this is exactly what you want to have. If you're hanging your head and you're going out there and just going through the motions, especially the last kind of 4 or 5 teams we've been playing have all had something to play for, and you can get embarrassed. We've got pride and we've got good character in the locker room. You want to at least just show well for your team, for your state, for your organization, for your teammates, and I think that's kind of going back to that is every year in the NHL. Things change, teams get better, players get moved around the league. So with this specific group of guys, this is the last game this year, and you want to do just your best.
We talked a lot about just sort of being a unique experience for you in your career. How much is this just one of your guys just go out, enjoy, play the game they love, and compete, right, when you're in this type of position?
Yes, we've been through it the last little bit here, so no different in terms of messaging. We've got a team on the other side that's prepping for the playoffs and still has something to play for in terms of their standing and seeding, and so to that end, it's going to be a competitive game, so we've got to be prepared for that.
You said, obviously it's a new experience for you. You've touched on how this is a growth area for you as a coach. What are some of those things that you have experienced throughout these last 2 weeks or a week or so that you've learned about yourself?
It's just, how to manage a situation like this, that focusing on what we can control here and trying to, not waste our time and not have it be miserable. Still try to be productive in terms of building our team concept, building the belief amongst the group, and then also the players themselves to leave feeling better about themselves as they go into an off season, and at the same time, continue to talk about and call out some of the things that have gotten us into this situation. So just trying to use the time that we have, and I don't want to say I've enjoyed it because I far prefer prepping for the playoffs, but it is an important part of development as a coach to go through something like this. And in fact, nearly every coach in the game, and some that are the most successful in our league, either now or historically, go through these types of swings. And I think myself and our staff, I think we've handled it well, and more importantly, the players have handled it well. And, for the most part, given us good efforts and, fought back in games and all these kind of things that you like to see just to maintain your competitive spirit.
Lenny and Hallinan going back, I mean, kind of what the conversations were as why that happened versus just finish out the season here and then maybe send them down.
Yeah, well, it's obviously the two different scenarios. Hallinan just been up here for a short time, and Lenny been here for a good run. But, in Lenny's case, we're really happy with the player. He's shown a lot that he can do here, but he's far from a finished product. And, the decision was made that he was going to finish the season down there after we were done and play the last couple of games and all of that. But, as it turns out, the game tomorrow for Utica has far more meaning than ours does here today as it relates to our organization and as far as I'm concerned, to his development. And it's really about Lenny getting a chance to go back, play in a game of meaning, but also look to finish the season with, some offensive confidence and have the puck more, play in different situations, all that sort of stuff that maybe gets lost when you come up and play, as well as he has, but sitting on the third line and limited power play time and limited special teams. It's been a lot for him this season, just in terms of the schedule and demands of the league. To get time in the American League to me is always a good thing. I've never experienced a player that has spent too much time down there. It's trying to squeeze what we can, what's left of the season, to set up Lenny for a good off season.
And just wanting to get Dawsey that second look tonight, kind of thing.
Yeah, same kind of thing. Yeah. Give him an opportunity. He's been patient and he's worked for it. You're happy with how Jake finished out the season. With this game. Where were we in Detroit, I guess, and then Markey's situation. Playing his last couple starts. With a little bit banged up in that Montreal game and the last start that he had, which I can't even recall which one that was now. But it's just his last couple starts. He was dealing with something. So, with the two veteran goalies, it was easier to just defer to Dawsey and give him a chance.